Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Thragg. He made his first appearance in Invincible issue number 11 in April of 2004. Now he also goes by the title Grand Regent Thragg, which shows him as the ruler of the powerful Viltrumite race and empire. His exact dimensions are unknown, but we can glean that he's slightly taller and more built than the average Viltrumite, having brown eyes and black hair. Now Thragg was bred from birth to be the strongest and most skilled fighter by far in all of the planet of Viltrum. This being said, he has vast superhuman strength, being able to lift well over 100 tons, and actually his upper limits of strength are unknown. He also has vast superhuman speed and stamina. He can also fly. This includes in outer space, although they can only hold their breath for up to 2 weeks. He's basically invulnerable to most conventional attack. And if you do injure him, he as well as all of his people have an advanced healing factor, being able to recover from massive injuries. And he, as well as the rest of his Viltrumites, have an extended lifespan, being able to live thousands of years, as well as having dominant genes, meaning that if they breed with other races, their physical traits and powers will override that of the other race. And in addition to all of these physical attributes, Thragg is an excellent and charismatic leader, also being a master strategist. The only glaring weakness that he has is shared by all of his race, and it's that their inner ear is susceptible to certain powerful frequencies of sound that can cause them extreme pain and even possibly kill them. Now, as I stated earlier, Thragg was born and trained on his home planet of Viltrum to be the strongest of all the Viltrumites. And after their emperor named Argall was killed, Thragg fought in the Viltrumite Civil War, which eventually led to the Viltrumites becoming a near invincible race that was led by him. This is when he was given the title of Grand Regent and given the task of finding the heir of Argall. Subsequent to this is when the Scourge Virus actually decimated the population of their planet, and this led him to believe that the heir had died, and he stopped all attempts to find him. Their empire was based off of subjugating other worlds. Inevitably, this led to one of Thragg's top lieutenants named Conquest being sent to Earth to figure out why the Viltrumites there had not subjugated it. Here, Conquest was confronted and beaten by the Viltrumite human hybrid named Mark Grayson, aka Invincible. And although Thragg was going to kill Conquest for failure, he showed rare mercy and sent him back with 2 other Viltrumites to destroy Invincible and whoever else was helping him. Now at the onset of the Viltrumite War, it's shown that Thragg has a mole inside of the coalition of planets, and he had him take down the planetary barrier of Talescria. Here he planned on attacking Thaddeus, who he claimed to be the killer of their old ruler Argall. But this assault is cut short when his warship is destroyed by Invincible and his half-brother Oliver. Thragg and his Viltrumite army then retreat back to their home planet of Viltrum. Now when the coalition of planets arrive to attack Viltrum, Thragg is ready for them. He puts up an epic fight. This includes casually smacking away Invincible and then breaking the jaw of Oliver while ripping his arm off. During this fight, Thragg mocks them, stating that even the powerful Conquest fears him. And this is when Invincible reveals that he actually killed Conquest in their last fight. The ensuing assault actually destroyed the planet Viltrum, making Thragg lash out in emotion, angrily stating that they destroyed the Viltrumite heritage, history, and their home world. When Thaddeus offers him a chance to surrender, he actually rushes him and takes Thaddeus' head off, then pummeling Invincible until his dad Omni-Man steps in. Thragg then tells Omni-Man that he had taken out Thaddeus for killing their old ruler Argall, but Omni-Man replied that the Viltrumites deserved extinction for their crimes. They then begin to fight, but it's interrupted by Battle Beast. And ultimately, in this engagement, Thragg ends up tossing aside everybody, casually leaving and sparing them, saying that the Viltrum Empire needs all the Viltrumites it can get. It's later shown that Thragg and the Viltrumites have come to Earth, but instead of being there to destroy it, he actually negotiates with Invincible and Omni-Man, somehow working out an agreement with them that there would be peace, as long as the Viltrumites were allowed to hide among the humans and interbreed with them to replenish their numbers. It was a tepid agreement at first, but Thragg seemed to sincerely thank the 2 of them for ensuring the Viltrumites survived. This lasted until a few months later when Alan the Alien and Oliver discovered that the remaining Viltrumites were on Earth. They ended up getting in a fight with Invincible because they planned on using the Scourge Virus on Earth to destroy the Viltrumites, despite the fact that it might actually kill humans as well. Thragg intervenes and offers them a truce as well. But in the chaos of it all and the interruption of the Guardians of the Globe, Invincible gets exposed to the Scourge Virus. and Thragg gets him back to a Viltrumite quarantine. Dinosaurus then offers his expertise to Thragg, and they both go settle into the Viltrumite ship. After a little while, Thragg ends up going into Invincible's observation room, and there one of his scientists tells him that Invincible is actually the grandson of Lord Argall. Thragg then makes the decision to kill the scientist and attempt to take out Invincible, not wanting to give up his title of Grand Regent. He then gets surprise attacked by Dinosaurus, who unfortunately only ends up hurting himself by breaking his claws and teeth on the powerful Thragg. The only thing that saved Dinosaurus is the fact that he had set up explosives around the ship that corresponded to his heartbeat. And so, not being able to completely kill Dinosaurus, Thragg goes to fix an explosion that he had heard. Invincible is then saved by Dinosaurus and the stalling of Adam Eve, who attempts to fight Thragg but is unsuccessful. Thragg then declares to all of the Viltrum Empire that they're not to interfere with Invincible or Dinosaurus or they'll be killed. This seemed to be an attempt to prevent them from learning Omni-Man and Invincible's heritage as the true heirs of Argall. But this didn't last, because in a subsequent battle Thragg had with Omni-Man, he was overheard by his Viltrumite lieutenants Craig, Anissa, Lucan, and Thula, when he told Omni-Man that he was actually Argall's son. They turned on Thragg and he was taken prisoner, with Omni-Man determining that the Viltrumites will now change their brutal ways, and so instead of Thragg being killed, he was sentenced to exile. During this time is when Thragg took over the planet Thraxa, having many children with Thraxan women trying to rebuild his army. On this planet is where he was also eventually found by the powerful Battle Beast, and they had their epic fight that lasted several days until Thragg ended up taking him out, and making him into a cloak. He would then recuperate and go on to cause much more trouble across the galaxy with his children, particularly his two most beloved, one of which being a daughter named Ursaal and the other being his son named Onaan. Now, for his powers and abilities and his influence on the Image Comics universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Thragg a rating of 10, which is a legendary rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.